Okay, I wanted to do this video about Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Richey. He has a show where he talks about majority POC issues. He has a segment about Karens, and a lot of it is information that is very valuable and to show issues that a lot of POC people are facing. And it's mostly Black people. So this is a snippet from Dr. Richey provides city bike update, context, and apology. And I 100% believe that Sync, who is over TYT, made him do this without all of the information coming out. Because when this was posted, another video was posted showing where the young Black teen actually came out with receipts that he has an annual subscription with City Bike and that he rode that bike from where he was. I forget if it was Brooklyn or, yeah, I think it was Brooklyn, to the point where the Karen came out and tried to take the bike. But it says here, Dr. Rashad Richey speaks on the New York City bike dispute between a New York hospital worker and a group of Black teens. Dr. Rashad Richey and Benny discuss on Indisputable. And it says that you can put your comments below. And it said there's a new twist in the viral City Bike confrontation that saw the New York City healthcare worker get into a heated argument. What heated argument? But anyway, with a group of young Black men. How do you say Black teens and then say Black men? They always adultify Black people. To say as an adult they knew what they were doing, they were menacing. And this is a left-leaning, supposedly progressive show. Right. Her lawyer said she did pay for the bike and has the receipts to prove it. The 90-second clip, which has been viewed over 35 million times since it was posted May 13th, show NYC Health Plus Hospital Bellevue employee Sarah Comrie straddling the two-wheeler as she argues with a man right next to her, claiming it's his. Help me, please help me. She can be heard shouting loudly as the video starts. Indisputable features Dr. Richey talking about the top news stories of the day, reading viewer comments, and engaging in debates and conversations with guests. And it talks about supporting TYT. Never. I wanted to go through some of the comments underneath this video because I wanted to grab them before the video was taken down just to show how disgusting and deplorable people are, and this sense of reverse racism that people are trying to prop up. They need this one. They really need this one because the whole Karen has been painting colorless women as, very outrageous, dangerous, and hostile in certain situations, and they don't like that being their image. And also they want to paint this picture of Black people are always complaining about racism. Racism is not a thing. Racism is everywhere. You can't really do anything about it, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Stop complaining. Even though America will not forget about 9/11, the Jews will not forget what happened with Hitler. We need to shut the F up about slavery. It happened so long ago and we need to forget it. But yeah, I wanted to grab these disgusting comments. But yeah, the first one, race hustler, calling him a race hustler. Said he wanted to put the story out and didn't want to get the full story. That he was prejudiced. And then the person at the bottom said, Dr. Richey supported young Black male. Of course, the white nurse had a receipt for the bike. Apology is not enough. Now, you know how they go up to a Black person who their family member has been shot or something has happened to their family member and they ask for forgiveness. They literally want you to forgive them. But then here, let's just say that the woman was correct, which she wasn't. There's evidence from the young man. But an apology and another video explaining that she was right is not enough for them. I want you to keep notes on their language and what they will do and how they behave so you can match that behavior. Okay, and this person at the top was saying how, depending on how everything falls out, is somebody's fault, whoever started it. And then the second one says, You're getting sued, Jussie Race Baiter Richey, as if calling him Smolier, calling him a race baiter. Are you serious? In the nation of the United States, a educated, fair, black guy like Richey, Dr. Richey, is a race baiter. He's a race baiter because he's literally reviewing videos of people acting a certain way, saying the N word, calling people racial slurs, outrageous behavior, calling the police to get them harmed. But he's a race baiter. Sick in the head. The last one, I will say one thing. Credit to the young man in the purple sweater. He actually wanted to let her take the bike and later giving her his, the only man among them. Are you serious? Are you effing serious? Like, what planet do they live on where they think they can walk up to a POC, demand something, and somebody should give it to them? Oh, I need you to feel sorry for me. None of them are obligated to give her shit. Nobody is obligated to give her anything. If they have it, they can keep it. They don't have to give her anything. This person, good man. I find Richey insufferable at times, but you still keep coming back to watch. He's insufferable, but you're watching. Glad that he is at least questioning the situation. He's not questioning the situation. Sink is questioning the situation, and he's pushing this because he's supposed to be in the middle. So yeah, he's pushing this. I hope it is about doing the right thing as opposed to there is now a lawyer involved. I have full faith that he is trying to keep a bike he wanted to continue using, even though city bike rules of use did not permit. What? She absolutely had the right to call for help, and she was not allowed to move freely after she took possession of the bike. My opinion, a short suspension of his rental rights, say a week, would suffice. I would love if the big... Wow. Wow, the delusion. The delusion. First of all, they said that they were thugs who were standing around the bikes, which means he had possession of the bike. How did she get possession of the bike? Like I said, the way the young man explained it, it lines up everything with the actions we saw in the video. Basically, in the video, they're looking at her like she's crazy. She's screaming for help. She's putting her stuff in the bike like it's her bike. She snatched his phone. And the sister said that the QR code was scanned. Then Karen snatched his phone so he couldn't keep a hold of the bike and then scan his because he wanted to keep that bike. It shows where he took it from, where he rode it to. Is he serious? Look. And they're going to be made out to look like fools. Absolute fools. And this one is even more disgusting. 3.6K donations for her for $128,590 and 2.5K donations for him, $64,272. Come on, BLM Richey, calling him a name. Racist, put your money where your mouth is. This is a competition. It's a joke. It's a joke to them. It's a competition. This is how much they hate your black ass. The same people who are giving to this thug boy money seems like the same people who gave to the now bankrupt BLM. This is the same person. Okay. Help Sarah fight being branded a Karen. Raise 555 of 120,000 goal. How is this a flex? You are giving a woman who did not wait for the police to come to the bike rack so she could file a report that somebody was trying to steal her bike. She was being harassed and she was being charged for something that somebody else had possession with. She did not stay there. The police came there. Everybody was gone by that time. She did not file a police report at any time. There is no case. There has been no arrest. She came out with some redacted receipts without much information, which was not admissible in a court of law, according to a lawyer. Then the young man has an annual subscription, and we saw that he had possession of this bike. There should be no questions. After seeing this information, the biggest outrage is she's sitting up here yelling like somebody is attacking her, taking something that was in her possession that she had all along and that she had the rights to when she didn't. What happened was she went up to him. She asked him for the bike. I don't know why the F she asked him for the bike when people are saying that you can redock it, reset it, it won't charge, and you can go to another one. If she wanted to avoid confrontation and she wanted to get home so bad and she cared about her quote unquote fetus, she could have went to a bike that was available and got that one. Why did it matter which bike she set her flat ass on when all she wanted to do was ride the bike and go home? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Somebody is going to have to make it make sense why this bike in particular is being fought over. When the man who was in back of her said, as long as you redock it, it should reset it and shouldn't charge you. What's the problem? The young man, I can understand what he was doing and why he wanted the bike. But my question is why didn't she get another bike? She was in this power struggle with this teenager. She felt like because she was a colorless woman named Sarah, that she could walk up to the boy, tell him, oh, I want to use the bike, talk about her fetus, and he was supposed to fall at her feet and, yes, please take it. I'll even pay for it for you. It's probably what she was expecting, right? But he said no. How dare he say no to a colorless woman named Sarah? And she started the BS. She started it. He was like, no, he's going to get his free 45 minutes and he's not giving over that bike, which he had the right to because he rode it there. Anyway, anybody saying anything else is full of ish. Okay, this commenter is talking about the apology fell short. Oh, well, he shouldn't have gave it in the first place. And talking about he'll go bankrupt and they'll hit his bank account. It's not happening. Talking about your advocacy is always in bad faith and racist. Dr. Rashad Richey would not even be on YouTube if he was racist. That's absolute BS. They want it so bad. They want to feel what it feels like to have somebody be racist toward them. They want to feel it. They've never felt it. That's why they don't know what it is. And every time they try and shoot, this is racism towards the whites. This is racism towards the whites. They never get it right. They don't know what it is. Talking about, wow. And you see, he put the monkey emoji and said Rashad, basically calling Ish is a grifter and a race baiting ape. Yeah, he's racist. Huh? You're calling him race baiting and he's racist while calling him a monkey and an ape all at the same time. He's a monkey and a clown and he's racist. You cannot make this Ish up. The last one said, and they have a monkey picture in there. So you know what they're doing. Pregnant woman tried to jack 5 males. Nobody ever said that she jacked 5 males. It was one teen in particular she wanted the bike from, and he told her no. So she went full Karen. This person said 90% of your videos are race baiting. While you got other people calling him monkeys and apes and oh wow. And talking about, oh, you're in hot water. They literally want something to happen to Dr. Richey because of his content, because he puts them on blast. He puts colorless men and women on blast for their behavior. It's not like he's injecting something into their arms, making them behave like this. They're behaving like this. They're getting caught on camera, and Dr. Richey is just posting about it. That's it. That's it. And he's a race baiter, even with them calling him racial slurs and yeah. And I haven't heard anybody from TYT, come to Dr. Richey Rashad's rescue to say anything about this at all or to address this. I think it's really pathetic when you are so privileged that you have to make ish up about racism being thrown at you. It's actually quite sad that you want to know. You've never known oppression and you want to know what it is. And this person said, I hope everyone unsubscribe from your channel, even though he subscribed and commenting. Okay, and this person said, your apology is no real apology. 6-month pregnant woman against 4 black people. There was no good faith in the young people's heart. They laughed at her. They harassed her. I think that that's a typo. And okay, it says you are only spreading hate. I think that's what they meant to say. It is impossible to rent the same bike and you doxing her so that the media, oh God, was coming to her house and talking to her neighbors. It will be your fault when somebody dies. What? Of course they tried to rob her, and it is normal to scream help for a 6-month pregnant woman. Are you a effing racist? And nobody needs this. We need to stick together. Oh, how nice of you that you are trying to pull back your hate so that she can walk safely on the streets. The hospital only reacted because of you racist pe- people. Maybe. I hope you get sued and have to close your channel. You did good work, but this time is over. You are not better than armchair detective. Ooh, that was difficult to get through. Now, if you notice, any apology, they don't accept it. This was a so-called pregnant, colorless woman, and four people were not good to her. They didn't acquiesce to her demands, so they weren't good to her. They harassed her. They didn't even raise their voice. They were laughing and like that like uncomfortable laugh of what are you even over here doing? Dr. Richey did not dox her. The internet looked for her information because this Mitch was yelling like somebody was doing something to her, and the video is out there. Nobody was doing anything to her. It'll be your fault when somebody dies, which goes to what I said. No Karen has ever died as a result of being called a Karen. Nothing has ever happened to these Karens. Talking about we need to stick together. I have no solidarity with anybody in this country, period. And I will say it over and over and over. I may be a Black American, but I do not align myself nor assimilate into American culture. Fuck this country, straight to hell. I will say that over and over and over again so people understand I'm not sticking together with this wicked, evil country when I have to sit up here and watch this nation celebrate 1776 like everything was good and okay, and telling me to shut the F up about my history, but they'll never forget certain things that happened in their history. They are so proud that they harmed the Native Americans and did everything they did for this nation to grab a hold of a nation that was never theirs. Stick together? Never. And then they're calling the color of his skin human excrement. Yeah. In these comments, somebody actually who's been watching the story said you don't have to apologize for Ish. Here's the family statement. She shouldn't be able to use her colorless privilege to gain money and fame. And then somebody underneath that said that they saw it as well, and she is proven to be a liar, which is exactly right. Talking, the redacted receipts have been released, and the guy has a subscription for the bike which requires him to dock it for a certain amount of time or else be charged extra for the bike. He had docked the bike to avoid paying the extra money and then was trying to stop people who had the right to rent the bike, which is bullshit. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm not going to read anymore. He knows what's going on and he's trying to play this bullshit, talking about that the person who docked it don't have the right to purchase it again, but he was supposed to yield to the pregnant colorless woman. F him. And this is what I wanted to get to. This is the rates and what you look at for the city bikes, and you see the annual bill. One is $205, the other is $199 for the year, and you see what is involved with it. But the one here for the 205 is what's interesting to me, because the rest of it has like free Grubhub and Lyft rides, and you can cancel it, I guess, without being charged and other things like that. But then when you look at this one for 205, it says access to thousands of bikes in New York, New Jersey City, and Hoboken. And it's nothing to unlock it. Unlimited 45-minute rides on the classic bikes. That's what I wanted to get to right there. And then also underneath that, it says 3 free guest pass per year. So that tells the story of what happened, and that's why I believe him, because yes, he had 45 minutes free on the bike. He got to his destination in under 45 minutes. He docked it, he redocked it, and he was going to take it out and he was going to ride it right back for a free 45 minutes. He wasn't going to be charged for the ride that he took, and the other people who were with him could ride for free, up to 3 friends, which makes sense. It would have been the 4 or 5 of them. It all makes sense right there. But yes, I wanted to read a few of the comments that were made. I'm going to end it on this one because I did like this one. It said the people making threats to her and her family should be identified, prosecuted, and any employers informed. And then somebody underneath that said she needs more than just a threat, and then they swooped in talking about you need to be put away, could say the same thing to you too, and then you need to be put down. Interesting. But I was mainly focused on the information about these city bikes because I'm not really familiar with them. So I went on there just to look at it, just to see what they offered. And the story all makes sense to me now. What was going on, and it lines up with the young teen story about where he came from, how long it took. He docked the bike, he had the bike first, he was going to undock it again, and then get his free 45 minutes, and his friends could ride for free too. It makes perfect sense. So all of these people yelling and screaming are fools. They're idiots. They have given all this money to this lying Mitch who felt entitled to a bike that wasn't hers, with someone who was not through with the bike. They're saying just because he docked it, oh, he was done, he needs to move out the way and let the next person take it. F them. There's a store named Aldi's, and all of the carts are chained together, and you have to put a quarter in there. So when you put the quarter in there, it releases the chain. You can use the cart. If somebody, let's say they put their groceries in the car, they're taking the cart back, and they put the little chain in there to get their quarter. Let's just say that somebody ran around them while they were still standing there. Maybe they were looking for their keys. Maybe they were looking to make sure they got everything and just started pulling the cart, maybe ran over the person's foot, hit the person with the cart. I'm calling the police, okay? Because that's assault, and I wasn't done. I didn't walk away from the cart, so you can't say that I was done and in the way. And plus, there's another place where you can get them. But it sounds like these people has no manners and doesn't know what manners is when it comes to people of color. For you to do that would be assault. And if you saw anybody trying to bogart and pull a cart or take something from a colorless woman, you would swoop in like the Dark Knight. You would come in like Spider-Man trying to admonish them for their horrible behavior, right? But yet this young man was riding this bike, and there was a specific reason why he wanted to have this bike, but she couldn't go get the other ones that were available and just leave these young teenagers alone. She couldn't do that. She had to take that bike because she was trying to make a point that she can get what she wants, and she's privileged, and if she wants it, she's going to take it. And she's even going to scream like she's in danger to have somebody else pull them away from the bike so she can go ahead, scan it again, and take the bike just to show that Negro that she is in the right and she can get what she wants. That's what she did. Because the way she was aggressively putting her stuff on the bike and then tried to take his phone, all of it makes sense. All of these idiots have given her money in the GoFundMe just to decorate her fetus's nursery at their expense. They're stupid. They're stupid and dumb, and they think they're intelligent, which makes a stupid and dumb person even worse to deal with. She is literally getting all this money. She hired this lawyer to do hit pieces. He's not going to do anything. There's not going to be a court case. There's not going to be any arrests. There's not going to be a police report. Nothing is coming of this. And all of the people who were scared shitless that they were going to get sued are going to end up looking stupid at the end of the day, just like the commenters. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. I'll finish out these comments, and I'll see you in the next one.